Hello, 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 Instagram. Hello, 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 Facebook. Y'all, today we're going to have a health talk. We're going to talk about health, okay? Devan and I, we are going live, and I'm still trying to, I'm not going to worry about the setup. Oh, look, there goes Devan. But y'all, we're going to talk about health today. Begin to tune in. Tell us hello. We are the Lifestylists. Y'all, we used to do Facebook Lives every Thursday or Friday every week, and we would talk about all things, long distance relationships, business, all the things. And so we're live right now, but today we're going to talk about health. And I'm just curious, if y'all want us to start doing this back on a weekly basis, definitely let us know. But yeah, so we're going to talk about health. First of all, let us know where you're tuning in. I'm currently in Virginia, USA, and then Devan is in UK, London, UK.
How we doing?
I don't know why every time I introduce you, I always change my voice when I say
Everyone does that. Everyone does that.
So, my first question is, we're gonna jump right into it, y'all. I feel like the older I've gotten, everything seems to be about health. Like everybody's always talking about health. Is health even important? Or is it kind of just is it just, I don't know. Is it why is everything, it seems from my perspective, I feel like everything's always about health. Do you think it's important, and why we should take care of our health?
Yeah, because when it comes to health, it's really. I remember hearing this thing where I heard this term that I think a naturalist used, and he said that healing is universal law. And I was like, healing is universal law. And so healing relates to health, of course. And is like, with our health, if we keep our health optimized, being healthy is really being all that we can be, in a nutshell, and really operating in universal law. It's really operating in our highest self, in our best self. So health is important because the better we are, the better we can the better we can be for our family, the better we can be for society, the better we can be for the world. And even in the bigger scheme for things, the healthier we are, personally, collectively, it will change everything. But there's so much misinformation, there's so much stuff like that that kind of holds us back from that healing process towards what health can look like, what it can be for us. And I guess we've been taught to neglect it through the stuff that we've been in, through education, we've been taught to neglect it, even though it's really the true wealth. You know what I mean?
But that's what I was gonna go. I wanna what do you call those people who always gotta say something? But
I don't know.
what about the mindset of, well, we're gonna die anyway, so why not YOLO? Why not do what I want to do? Why, if I don't feel like working out, why do I have to commit to wasting time exercising, eating right, learning all this knowledge when we all gonna die anyways? What, you know what I mean? Why not eat something that tastes good or has sugar or that's meats and all the things? Hey girl, how you doing?
Hey, healing, how you doing?
So why we all gonna die, so why wait? That time that we're spending exercising and going to bed early and doing all the things to be healthy, we could be doing something else because we all gonna die anyways. So I guess for those people who have those type of thoughts, what's your take about that?
That goes a bit deeper. that's for another call. But that one really deals with our spiritual health, because at the core of everything, we're really spiritual beings. Really there's more than meets the eye. It's there's more to life than death. like stay on that one. There's more to life than death. That's interesting. So I'm gonna leave it there. There's more.
Good.
There's more to life.
Than death. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like you and if you go ask yourself, is like you can even ask people, why do people set up an account for their kids for when they grow up? You know, why do people you leave a will for their family? Why do people create trusts? Like why do people do what they do for the people they love? Because if they know they're gonna die, why are they still making the effort to do these things? And this is a question that the answer is not really a straightforward answer, because it's different. Everyone's individual, but we're all in this kind of collective sense. But everyone has their individual mission and their individual reasons for why they do what they do. And a lot of the time, like things they can do or things that they are destined to do, it gets held back due to either ignorance, misinformation, and not really just understanding what the importance could be and taking responsibility for that importance. So I mean, it can get very layered. That's why, but at the core of it, as we're living on this earth, don't you want to feel good? Don't you want to look good? Why don't you want to be your best? Like, why not? That's the question. Like, why not? Why would you want to be miserable on this planet? Why would you want to be miserable the entire time you're living? That doesn't even make sense. So then, yeah.
That's what I was gonna hit on. For me, you know, I'm trying to play the bad guy, but I think it's definitely quality of life. You know what I mean? In the chat, we have, we doing good, girl. So good to see you. And she said everything in moderation.
Yeah, definitely.
Quality of life. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I was in my early 20s, and even before that, you know, you're just like, bro, I'm just, you know, I'm living, and I just never knew. I was so skinny. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that, you know, weight has a lot to do with it, but it does play a factor in your health. But I never understood. I'm like, you know, I didn't really work out like that, and I didn't really care what I ate. You know what I'm saying? And you can say that from a thing, but whatever. And so I never understood. Like, it just seemed like, you know, as a youngin, I was like, man, all people do is talk about health. But I was like, bro, like, it ain't that hard. You know, just live, right? But now I'm approaching my 30s. Oh, shorty about to be in the 30s club. I'm approaching my
2 years. Come on.
So I'm just like, no, your body do change, and you know, things are different. You know, the older we get, and you know, as things happen. So I would say quality of life. I know, like, for instance, I used to, like, from that mindset of like, bro, like, I don't want to run, like, I don't want to be in pain, and, you know, working out, like, why am I hurting? You know what I'm saying? Why am I putting through pain? You know, but it's like, bro, if you don't work out, you're gonna create pains anyways. You know what I'm saying? Both of them,
and like,
both of them hard, you know what I'm saying? But do the pain that, you know, it's gonna have the benefit, versus like not moving your body, not exercising, not drinking more water. You know what I mean? Choose the pain that is gonna best serve you and benefit you more.
Yeah, and just like the elements in nature, just like nature is ever present. If you think about it, as long as we're breathing, our health is ever present. Whether it's a problem or a solution, our health's still there. But what allows us to pursue better health, or the best health we can, it all started from a problem. It all started from a challenge that we had, and now we wanted a solution to that challenge or problem. In every aspect of our life, we wanted to heal that situation. We wanted to gain more knowledge of that situation, and that knowledge provided an extra layer of health to our life. And like, for example, for me, like, I was going on, like, for years. I thought I was healthy. You know what I mean? I was like, growing up. I mean, I was kind of there. I was actually very healthy, like, because I was eating my vegetables, all this other stuff. And then I was a footballer, you know. It was like I was literally one of the fastest in my year. Like I was doing good until I got an injury, where I almost hurt, like my severe lower back pain. Let's just say that in my coccyx bone, my tailbone, and that took me out of football for about 3 months. And during that time, I got introduced to like Pilates and yoga, but also during that time, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel healthy. I felt restricted. I felt drained, and I felt defeated. But the only reason I felt that way is because I didn't know what to do next. I didn't even have a solution to this problem I was experiencing. I was in that moment, in that kind of that pool of despair, you could say, in it, like in that challenge, in that problem, I was seeking better health. I was like, where is it? Where is it? You know what I mean?
Because
and it's like
the pain you were in.
Yeah, and this can the same. A lot of people, I think everyone in this world can say the same about themselves. Where if they really think about it, there's always something that they aspire to, and that could. It doesn't matter which area of your life is. There's a degree of health that we all seek. Just like, if you're running out of breath, you're seeking more oxygen. If you're dehydrated, you're seeking more water, hydration. The same with our health. It's ever present. Like the same with our health. That's how important our health is. Our health is just really the essence of.
I want to hit on that. So what you're saying is you probably could have continued. Y'all, he call it football. In America, we call it soccer. He's talking about soccer. He used to play soccer. So you're saying, like, if you already had like habits or routines, if you already like had, some type of foundation before you got injured, your injury, you probably could have recovered quicker, or you could have, did some remedies or something. So your injury wasn't as bad as it was. If you already, hey, how
I could have lessened the experience. Hey, Global. Hey, DePorus.
Lessen the pain. So it was like, if we already have a routine, or if we already have, practices that our body's used to, whenever, because you didn't know you were going to get injured when you were playing sports, but when you had that impact, because your body didn't have a blueprint or a foundation. It's not that you weren't unhealthy. It's just that because you didn't have like a solid foundation all around health, that's why your body, when it did get injured, it didn't really know, okay, what's the routine, or okay, it's a little bruised, but it wasn't as deep. It could I can't even talk, y'all. It could have been a not as deep experience. So it's like whenever your body doesn't know, because we think like, in our mind, like this is pain, but like when we're going to the gym, and y'all, I'm talking big jump this morning because I woke up at like, what time I woke up at, like 4:40, 4:45. I don't know. I looked at the clock, it said 4:50, but I had been up for a few minutes, and then I went to y'all. So I'm talking big jump today. You know what I'm saying? But no, but because our body, for the people who work out and move your body in any way, we're used to our bodies being sore or whatever. So whenever we do encounter an injury, or we encounter, some type of disruption, I don't know why I'm so lost for words, like the body's used to the pain, so it's like, okay, whatever, I can heal and I can recover faster. You know what I'm saying? When you have that health foundation. So that takes me to the next question that I want to ask you, Devin. So is it because I feel like a lot of times, even I found myself do this, and sometimes I'm still, and there's only so many things that we can focus on in excellence, you know what I'm saying, in order to be our best self. So my next question for you is, it do all pillars of health matter? Because there are multiple pillars of health. Do all pillars of health matter, or is it like one that everybody should be focusing on, or like are there priorities for us?
So that's interesting. So I believe every aspect of health matters, but when it comes to health it starts off very personal. and it should start off very personal. And the priorities are not just like, oh, priorities everyone should do. Everyone has their own priorities. Someone may be good in this area of health, but poor in other areas. So they can just continue strengthening their strengths and then strengthen these weaknesses, but focus more on the things that, because oftentimes it's like, it's the things that we neglect where there's the most effect. Like, you know what I mean? So like, if we like to, like, if someone likes to lift weights all the time, they're doing the bodybuilding and whatnot. That's they're working on their physical health, right?
Right.
But their emotions might be all over the place. Their mental might be, they might be like not even able to control themselves when they're just on the road, or maybe they just have no sense of purpose in their life of outside of just working out. But and that might affect them in their relationships with other people, socializing with other people. They might be living in an environment which is like so messy, and that's why they run away from their house just to go to the gym, and they're just neglecting everything except for, oh no, I got to go gym. But it's like
trying to run away, so it's like not having
really run.
For example,
yeah, it's running away from all that could be. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you really want to, like, everyone, I feel everyone should like strive to be their best, because why not? But also strive to like understand what's going on in our life, what's going on with our health, and then say, okay, just tackle one thing step at a time. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I neglecting that I can focus on right now? And then how can I build upon that?
Yeah.
You know, how can I build a better habit around this? What is affecting me that's also affecting people around me? You know, then you can start with those layers, but really break it down. You want to plan that. You want to plan it, and then you want to really experience it, implement it, and then review that. And we don't give ourselves enough time to do that. And then that's why there's so much, like, even just in the world in general, there's so much chaos, because like we're following what some people are telling us to do, but we don't really have a clue. We don't have a baseline on what's good for us and what we can actually do. But once we know that what we can do, and we take back our power, and then we can listen to everyone outside of us, and we can have a balance. Whereas like we can take all this information with a grain of salt, and now say, okay, how does it apply to me, and how do I want to apply it? You know what I mean?
I do want to, because you said just start, but and because y'all, I'm gonna be real. For me, and one thing that I'm embracing, and I'm just like learning to I'm just learning to accept about myself. Sometimes it just takes me a little minute to, like, so even my health journey is not, I'm still learning and I'm still growing and I'm trying to figure it out. But I do want to touch on, like, when you say start, right, for people who, I mean, I do have medical background, but for people who like don't really know like health or where to start, I do want to like this, and the reason why I was looking around, I'm like, where did my notes? But it was on my phone, and I'm on Instagram on my phone right now. But so we're gonna try to remember off the top of my head. But I know, like, and we just want to, what we're doing right here on this live is to bring awareness, because again, like, there's things that, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Sometimes I be like, okay, I'm almost 30. But I be feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. So I be trying to tune in. So as I learn information and knowledge, I definitely want to bring it back to y'all. And just number one, by me talking and coming live and talking to y'all and, communicating with y'all, I'm actually like, it's sitting in my brain. Like, I'm learning it, by talking it out loud to y'all. But then also I want to put y'all on, like, as I learn and as I grow, I want to put y'all on too. But I also need things very simple, and I need things broken down.
Yeah, and it's not as simple as just starting.
I'm not one of those people who like they can hear something. Well, it depends on what it is. But for the most time, like when I'm actually trying to learn and I'm trying to implement something to get to the next level, I need to hear stuff and I need to immerse myself in it. So when it comes to health, health is not just weight loss, right? A lot of times, you know, I feel when I am in conversation with people, a lot of people just like, oh, I want to lose this fat, right? That's not really health.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about health, we're talking about fitness in every area of life. And I love how Devan, when he said, you know, you got to start with your backyard. You got to start, you know, everybody's starting in a different level. Like even Devin and I, we're in a relationship, but his physical health is A1. Mine, I need some work on, you know what I'm saying? His nutrition health is like amazing. My nutrition health, I'm in progress. But you know what I'm saying? Like we literally talk like that's my boo, but and we literally are, you know, doing life together, but we still are starting in different places, right? So I just
Mm-hmm.
go over real quick, like different areas of health, and maybe we can give them like 2 to 3 off the top of my head, y'all, because like I said, I don't have my notes, but just give y'all like kind of something that y'all can start working with and thinking about to improve your health, right? So let's
Yeah.
start with, I guess, the most obvious, right? Physical health. What does that mean? And give people like 2 to 3 examples on how they can improve it.
Well, physical health, I mean, I remember in university I studied sport and exercise science and physical fit. We dealt with like physiology, biomechanics, but with physical health, physical is, yeah, it's okay, but like physical health comes down to biomechanics is like movement and how your biology relates to your movement. But when it comes to physical health, is again, movement is one of those things in terms of physical health. How often do you move your body? Let's put it plain and simple. Do you move your body? You know, like, do you stretch?
Mm-hmm.
What forms of exercise do you do? Because exercise can be walking. Do you walk?
Mm-hmm.
It can be very simple in terms of like your physical health. How is your do you check your heart rate? How's your heart rate?
Mm-hmm. Blood work.
How's your blood pressure? You know what I mean? It's like
Do you walk? You know what I mean? Because
mm-hmm.
walking, even though it's so simple,
how
but
is
we're not
your
talking
breathing
about
rate?
walking to the
Yeah.
refrigerator. We're talking about like, you know, 30, 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour a day of I'm walking to move my body. And I will
Yeah.
say, you know, that's something that I'm increasing more and more every week in my schedule. I'm on so many, I work from home, but I'm on so many calls throughout the week, and some of them are, you know, I listen in, some of them I'm being coached, and then some of them I have to be interactive in. But you know, for the
Mm-hmm.
ones where I can just listen in, or you know, it's a little bit informal, you know, I'm walking, like I'm trying to walk 2 to 3 times, because sometimes these calls are like an hour. Like I just did my
Yeah.
schedule. I have like 17 hours of like learning every like of calls. So you know, on the days that, you know, I try to, and I don't have to take notes or be like super present. I'm still present, but you know, like super,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm walking during those calls. That's something that even because I heard like a couple, like probably during, you know, 2020, that people were saying, you know, sitting is creating disease in our body. Like it's actually, by
Mm-hmm.
us not sitting and moving our body, you know, it's actually causing more health problems, you know, than we can even realize, you know, back pains and all that. So just movement, y'all, like, and this is what we're going to do. Every time we hit a health pillar, go ahead and rate yourself 0 to 10. How would you rate yourself in physical health? Let's be real, Devin. How would you rate yourself? And, you know, I gave you my opinion, but how do you feel about your health? How would you rate yourself on your physical health? Movement?
Oh, and so this is interesting. So from what I know, I am probably at a 7.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But from what why I say that is because sometimes we can be ignorant of our level of health. Sometimes we can actually be ignorant of, are we actually okay?
Mm-hmm.
We might be just coasting, thinking we're okay, but we're not really okay. Sometimes we could. There's so much more we could. There's so much potential to what we can do.
Yeah.
And so I'll put myself as a 7 because I know people that are like far beyond in their levels of like physical health and whatnot.
Yeah.
And once you see the possibility of what someone else can do, then it's like, oh yeah, now you can strive for more. But if you've never seen that your whole life, if you've only seen yourself, if you've only seen someone, your next door neighbor, you're not even going to know what your bandwidth can be. You can't even expand your bandwidth like on what your potential is and how you can unlock that. And with physical health, one thing is important is circulation. And that even relates to like the universal, because again, universal law is about really the anatomy of is about our body, because our body is very, it's like our body's connection to the universe as well. So what I mean by that is that the law of vibration, nothing rests, everything moves. So again, that's why there's this ease when you were just stagnant or just sitting down. But when we're healthy, we're moving. There's circulation in every part of our body. And so how do we circulate those different muscle parts? How do we increase more circulation in our feet? How do we keep increasing circulation on our hands?
Right.
You know, how do we keep circulation in our hips?
Right. I do want to 2 points with physical health, but then I do want to move on. And I see y'all tuning in, so go ahead and y'all listen. One thing about our leadership and just being more vulnerable, and we're going to hit on that real quick, is being honest with yourself. Like, none of us are perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to tell y'all my score. But go ahead, y'all. Let's literally put it in the chat. Like, you know, how would you rate yourself on your physical health? 0 to 10. How would you rate yourself? Devan say he a 6. And I want to say that's interesting, because when I look at Devan and me just assuming, you know what I'm saying? I would, based on my personal health standards, I would rate Devan like an 8 or 9 out of 10. But for himself, he rated, you know, based on his standard of what physical health is, he rated himself out of a 6 out of 10. So it's just interesting. I think he's an 8 or 9 out of 10, and he thinks that he's a 6 out of 10. But then also he did mention, you know, by him being, you know, more in the medical field and seeing what other people are doing, that, you know, his perspective, you know, I want to just be careful that we're not comparing ourselves, because again, we have to remember that everybody, you know, is starting, you know, where we're starting. So of course, I know for me, you know, I'm going to say that I'm about a 6 out of 10 myself, but it's based on, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to, I just want to look good and feel good. And based on what I'm giving myself grace just because of my journey, just because of, I know I'm not no fitness fanatic. You ain't gonna catch me working out for no 2 hours a day. That just ain't my dream life. You ain't gonna catch me. I mean,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I still think I'm like a 6 out of, I think I'm a 6 too, but still,
it's like a perception.
If I did compare myself to Devan, I would think that Devan would be an 8 or 9 out of 10. So that's just interesting. So y'all, I'm gonna be real. I think I'm like a 6 out of 10, but I know that it's because I have been very comfortable and lazy with where I'm at. But let's get to the next area.
But yeah, so because I know how this is gonna go. My phone's like on like 14%. So what I want to do is I want to give like a we'll do another live.
Okay.
But what I want to do is ask this question as well, as like, often humans in general, we have a disposition to be negative, right? And so saying things that are negative come easier to us. But if we can reverse engineer that kind of these negative perceptions and whatnot, we can then get to an answer. And what I mean by that is we can say what's wrong with us more than we can say what's good with us. We can say what we're struggling with more than we can say what we're doing well at. So the question would be, which of the following do you struggle with the most? Keeping a healthy diet, working out consistently, getting enough sleep, meditating,
so right now you're hitting
the physical health.
We don't have to go deep like we just did on physical health.
Yeah.
We're talking about, let's hit the physical, let's hit the different pillars of health real quick.
Yeah. Cover that real quick, and just like leave the question out there, so then everyone can comment in the comments below.
Yeah. So y'all, Devan's phone about to die. For the people on Facebook, just in case y'all didn't hear him, or YouTube, so his phone's about to die. So, but we will do this talk again, and we want to go deep with y'all. But so we just talked about physical health, but we're gonna hit on other pillars of health. So there's physical health, right? Rate yourself 0 out of 10. There's
what are you struggling with the most? Yeah.
There's nutrition, right? Are you eating proper quality of food? How much are you eating? What's your nutrition, right? I mean, some people put that under one umbrella, but if you really want to break it down, it's still two separate things. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what's your nutrition out of 0 out of 10? Mental health. You know what I'm saying? We've ignored we've ignored our brain for so long, but it's not just our brain, it's also our mindset. You know what I'm saying? Your brain and your mind are two different things, right? Your brain is a muscle, it needs to be exercised just like your body, right? But that's a different topic. But also just our mindset, our mental, our thought, just even like how I started this call off. There are people who are like, well, why would I want to work out and be in pain and feel all that when I'm gonna die anyways? You know what I'm saying? Or why not enjoy life YOLO when, you know what I'm saying? So what's your mindset? Are you reading books? Are you putting yourself in environments that it's going to help you get towards your goals and your true desires? You know what I'm saying? Are you in community? Well, that's different. But what are you doing to grow mentally, to grow your mind? That's a different. Emotional. I think emotional is separate from mine. From an emotional standpoint, how do you feel? How are you, getting deep and loving on yourself and being gentle? Like I said, even for me, like I know physically there could be a long way to go, but on an emotional level, like how are your emotional intelligence? How are you relating with other people? You know what I'm saying? Like when stuff happens, do you just break down and cry like a 2-year-old, or do you handle it? You know what I'm saying? That goes into leadership and emotional intelligence. Like, how's your emotional health? You could jump into bed. Time.
Because if I jump in, I'm gonna go in. You know what I mean? Like, so
Time.
responsibility. Like, how do you respond to, and how do you relate to people? You know what I mean? That's part of emotional health as well, social health.
Yeah. And feelings, y'all, we are spiritual beings. We are beings and we're experiencing life. So when it comes to your emotions and your feelings, y'all, that's a part of us. That's not like, gotta be tough. You're a dude, so you can't cry. No, be vulnerable. Use your voice, express how you feel and tell your truth. That's super important, right?
And emotional health is very connected to like our subconscious mind as well in a major way in terms of like the feelings and our thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, emotional health, even when you mix that with mental health as well, that's super important. But yeah,
foundation, right? I would say even spiritual health. I mean, you can group these together but for me, the way I process things, that's something totally different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like working, like connecting with your source. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your spiritual belief. I mean, I know for me, especially like doing business, I had to find out real quick, like, gotta be something bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to connect and really get real clear of like, who am I sharing this responsibility with? Okay, because it can't be on me. So what's your spiritual health? Like, what are you doing every day or every week to tap in to your higher source, your higher power? Like, that is super important. And also, a lot of people use it usefully, and as far as like, oh, it's something outside of me. Nah, it's a partnership. It's you and your source, you and your God, you know what I'm saying? It's a partnership. It's just not like, oh, God got my back. No, you better have your back with God. You know what I'm saying? So tap into building that relationship, that spiritual relationship with your source, right? Okay, what else are we missing? I feel like sleep.
You don't want to get good. Yeah.
Sleep.
That's
Sleep. What's your sleep health? I mean, and this can go to physical health. It can go under physical health as well. But y'all, this is my ultimate struggle. I mean, I'm getting better. You know what I'm saying? This is my ultimate struggle, like even more than physical, y'all. Shorty love to be up late. And Shorty also tell herself she gonna get up early. So what's your sleep health, y'all? And a lot of times, and I was so annoyed because for a long time I thought that I could go to bed late and still wake up early. But y'all, we still need to get sleep. Like, our bodies, it's a machine. So you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going and we're working and we're dealing with the kids and we're dealing with family and we dealing with stress and we dealing with adulting and we dealing with all the things, learning how to adult, it's a lot. So we need what they say, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and we can't deprive ourselves of it. Like, our body is a machine, and
our body is literally a clock. Literally a clock.
When
And
we
it's
get
like,
that sleep,
yeah.
it helps our brain health actually because it helps
Mhm.
like with the memory and the REM and the different cycles, y'all. It's real deep. So, what is your sleep health? 0 to 10. Write that down. And I mean, as an adult, y'all, we just gotta suck it up. We gotta parent ourselves and tell our asses to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like how our parents used to tell us,
Mhm.
"Go to bed, girl. You know you gotta go to wait, or you know you gotta go to school in the morning or whatever." We are our own parents, so we gotta get in the habit of training ourselves to start going to bed when we say we need to go to bed so we can have a better day ahead, right? Sleep health. Time. Do you have time freedom? Do you have time freedom? Like, you know, and this one, you know, we can do it with a couple things. Like you can have your personal freedom too. Like, do you have scheduled time throughout your week, every single week, or you know, a couple times? Hey Marty, how you doing? Or that's Karen's husband.
Mhm.
Or a couple times,
Ah,
you know, or you know, from day to day, like what is your but what's your personal time? You know what I'm saying? What's your family time? What's your social time? What's your fun time? Like, what's your time freedom? We all, you know what I'm saying, got to get to the bed. We all got to make this money. Okay, but that's what we do, but that's not who we are. So, what else are you doing with the other hours of our day in order for us to live a
mhm.
happier life? And maybe
You had
not
your plenty of
balanced,
time, you know?
but happier
Mhm.
life. So, what's your time freedom? And especially taking that time for yourself, your self care for you. You are in your body, no matter if you're in a relationship, no matter if you got kids, no matter what your role is in life, friend, whatever, you still are with yourself 24/7 every day, all your life. So, what are you doing when you are spending time with yourself? Okay. So make
Mhm.
sure you are, or let's say you are in a situation, and we're gonna hit on this, but you're in a situation to where you not, you know, you feel like your time is. I got a lot of techniques for this, but anyways, get your time freedom together. Like, what's your time health? Like, what are you doing with your time? Oh my gosh, y'all, there are so many pillars. Um,
Environmental health.
huh? Environmental.
Environmental, that's very
Yes.
important.
So environmental,
Like,
I love this one because it's more, it's two sections. It's outside in
mhm.
the world. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we Earth is our home. We might all have our own addresses, but Earth is our home. So there's the environmental health. What are we doing? Are we littering? Because if you're a litterer, you ain't my friend. I just don't understand. I just do not litter, y'all. We too grown to be littering.
Yeah,
Like, do
it don't
not
make sense. It don't
litter.
make sense.
Oh my gosh, do not litter, y'all, because Earth is our only home. And by us putting trash on the Earth, we're killing ourselves. It don't make sense.
Yeah,
I feel some
we
type
do,
of way.
we do it because we don't understand the implications. But again, it's like, it's the ignorance that's killing us, really. It's the
Guys,
ignorance of all these things that's killing us.
I can stop right there.
And it's
But then,
like, how is the space that you occupy as well? Like, is that a benefit to you?
mhm,
Like, how clean is your air in your wherever you're occupying? Like, how, like, are you ingesting in the right things within your environment?
right, right.
Are you surrounded by the right things in your environment? Like, how's the computers? Is there a lot of radiation going on? Or like, are the wires all over your floors
Yeah,
and you can't even move?
yeah, yeah. So
Like, yeah, is there stuff like just piling and causing
clutter,
so much
irritation.
you know, like irritation and claustrophobic tendencies. You know what I mean? You don't want all of that in your space,
Right.
because that can actually affect your health.
Yes.
And I know from experience because I've been through that.
Yeah, yeah. So what Devan is talking about when he's saying, because I was talking more of when I say environmental. Yes, we are talking about planet Earth and society,
Hmm.
our home.
Yeah, large scale and small scale. Hmm.
But Devan, he's also talking about your personal environment. You know what I'm saying? Are you do you know? I used to hear, you know, a cluttered purse is a cluttered mind, and I don't know if it was true, but I applied it to my life as a, you know, at very young. You know, I learned, like, you know, if my purse is organized, then they probably meant something else. But I applied it to every aspect of my life. But is your when you walk home, do you feel free? Is there nice energy? What's the feng shui in your home?
Yeah.
That's super important. And so, like, are you clean? I mean, I know for me, my cleanup schedule, I know there's some people who like do a little bit cleaning up every week. I don't want to think about it. Eventually I'm gonna hire somebody. But right now,
Yep.
I clean up on a weekly basis. Every Saturday it's cleanup day for me. You get what I'm saying? Because I need to have a clean, and throughout the week, I'll like hit some dishes, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't, let
Yeah.
dishes pile up or nothing like that. But I keep everything neat, but like I do a deep clean because I know like from day to day I need a clean environment. If I see a mess, for me personally, working from home, I can't get nothing done because I'm gonna be looking at the mess over there.
The ticking time bomb.
Right. So if
The
there's
must. Hey, listen, how you doing?
so there may be, if you feel a little overwhelmed or stressed, look around your room, look around your home,
Yeah.
look in your, if you got clothes that and I ain't even gonna hit that because I'd be a hypocrite. Y'all got clothes that I know I'm gonna wear one day again, so I ain't
We
letting
all have
them
room. We all
go.
have room for improvement. We all have room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, no,
But
it's
are there
definitely it still
areas of
affects it to some degree.
paper stacked up? You know what I'm saying? Dirty laundry.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, is there just things that need to be put away or cleaned up, but you ignore
Mm-hmm.
being lazy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so make sure not only that we're taking care of planet Earth because that's the only home that we know, but also your home on the inside that you have to look at and be in. It's an energy thing. You messing up your own
Yeah.
energy when you got clutter and mess and nastiness, right? Dirtiness, in your home. So clean and organize your space. I feel like
Feeling is the secret.
huh?
I said the feeling is the secret. How do you feel? Just in every layer of health, how do you feel
Mm.
about this? How do you feel about every aspect of your health in your life? How do you feel about the environment you occupy? How do you feel about your mental? How do you feel about your physical? How do you feel about your emotional? How do you feel about your social interactions? How do you feel?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And how can you improve
yeah.
upon that feeling?
And real quick, so another one is your relationship / social fitness,
Social. Mm-hmm.
social health. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we be going through stuff in life, y'all, and a lot of times we get in a mode and we feel like, oh, I can do life by myself, or I'm mad f everybody, right? We go through life. Let's be real. But what I'm learning is we are meant to do life together. And that's why we got to fix our emotional intelligence so we can be able to relate and communicate with the people around us so they can treat us and love us the way we deserve, right? So what are we doing, in our relationship? And we source everything in life. So if people are outside of us treating like crap, it's because we treating ourselves like crap. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? You demand the respect, but you're not even respecting yourself. It's big. So y'all see how health in every
Mm-hmm.
aspect of your life, it's huge. It's a lot of things. It's not just like, oh well, I don't want to work out because I don't
Yeah.
feel like it.
To continue.
You don't respect your body, the only place that you live, but you demanding other people outside of you to respect you. So now your relationship's messed up too. You get what I'm saying, y'all? It's
Yeah. Facts.
bigger than that one little thing that you are neglecting and avoiding. So with that being said, y'all, most definitely clean up your relationships. If there are relationships in your life, if you feel like they're not serving you, I mean, you ain't got to cut them off and be nasty about it, but at least, have a conversation. If you choose to have a conversation, hey, this is where I'm at. Like, and listen, I may not say all the right words, but let's have this conversation because I want to clean my heart and I want to clean this relationship and the stuck energy between us. Are you open? And if they not, and if they in a space where they don't, they not ready or they can't handle the conversation, you can table it.
Mm-hmm.
But start to clean up our relationships around us. Like, stop, we got to do some child work too, some shadow work with our childhood traumas, as far as like things that happened to us in the past. Either we're gonna choose to let them go, or we're gonna clean them up so we can have a healthier, now and future. So relationship is super important as well. But y'all, so
Yeah, it's not being open and receptive, and like the question is the answer. So you have to ask yourself, okay, what am I struggling with most? Question.
yeah,
What do I need to improve on? Question. Like what can I do for this person? Question. How is this person feeling? Question. How are you my feeling? Question. Everything is of these questions, but we have to ask ourselves the right questions towards, especially if we want to really improve ourselves, improve our health. We have to ask the right questions, and we've been asked over the years. We've asked ourselves the right questions, and we've got to a series of certain answers depending on different levels of our growth within our health. because I've asked so many questions across the years, and I got to some interesting discoveries. Let's just say that. But my phone's about to die. Zay, you want to say anything else? Yeah, 3%. Like
The last one that we
quick,
didn't hit,
yeah,
y'all, is financial health. Y'all, get your money right. We all need to get our money right. Right?
3%, 3%.
And so I would just suggest, depending on, we are gonna do another live on this. We're gonna do another live on this. About,
Definitely.
we call it health talk. Maybe we got a health talk series. But so y'all, man, if y'all enjoyed this talk, definitely let us know in the comments. Let us know. And
Yeah, put some
I
fire below.
apologize, YouTube and Facebook. I can't see y'all chat sometimes. So if y'all are messaging and I don't see it, I apologize. I'm gonna go back. But y'all, this is super important because this is our life. You know what I'm saying? Once we get this, we get clarity on our vision and our purpose, and what we want to share with other people and how to live together. Right? So we will do a second part where we can continue to go deeper and deeper on each topics, but we do want to know from y'all, because y'all, especially, I don't know if this Facebook or YouTube over there, but y'all really are tuned in. So I definitely want to know, like, what area of health do you really want to go deep with and focus on? Definitely let us know, because we want to figure this out with you. Not saying that we know all the answers, but we are living together, and in our community, we can figure it out together. So let us know, what area of health you want to focus on. But then number 2, be honest with yourself. Even if you don't want to share your numbers in each category of health, label yourself, rate yourself on where you are now, so we can know where to go. Yeah, I think the Van phone done hung up on me. So y'all, this was so much fun. If you enjoyed this, definitely share it with somebody, and or hit that double tap. And y'all, we're gonna see y'all on the next video. Hold on, y'all. For Instagram, I gotta get my cover photo. Don't judge, y'all. I'm okay with me. All right. See y'all in the next video. All right, how do I end this?